Let's drive for no reason. Let's see with these wheels. Then let's grind down the curve of this earth. You look fine in the evening, honey, it's starting to storm. When we kissed in the car, in the school parking lot, where I'd go with my friends to get drunk. Used to wish I meant anything to anywhere, to anyone.
Thank you. You're so dainty.
When forever was a sentence, sentenced to death. Or when you were a running tear, I was a drop of sweat. And the edges of the soul I haven't seen. I won't be alone for the rest of my life. I'll build a boat for when the river gets high. I'll meet a girl in the heat of July, and I'll tell her so she knows that I'm broke, but I'm real rich in my head. That I broke a bone that never healed in my hands when I hold her close.
Oh my god, I love the neck twirl. Yeah, do a twirl. It's perfect. So pretty.
Remember when we called the cops 'cause it got too high and you got scared. The cops just laughed. We can't make bread, so we window shop in the Upper West Side. Oh my God, could you imagine that? Won't be alone for the rest of my life.
What do you think of this movie?
No, I had no idea. It's so beautiful.
In the heat of June.
Hannah, since seeing you for the very first time outside of your UNH apartment, you brought a joy to my life. I never thought that was possible. You are the most smart, most caring person I will ever know. With you, I didn't just find the love of my life that day, I found my best friend. Back when I was out sea in the Coast Guard, stuck on a ship hundreds of miles away from shore, I hear people talk about their light at the end of the tunnel, going to A school or transferring to a new station. For me, for the longest time, I could not find that light for myself. But then I met you, knowing that you'd be there, waiting for me in Portsmouth on the day that my ship returned back home was the biggest light I'd ever have. You are and forever will be my light at the end of the tunnel. Today I vow to you to always be the hand that holds yours when it's cold, the one who kisses your forehead when you're feeling down, that place in my arms you can always feel safe in, and yes, the person who always blow the bubbles out of your fizzy drink. Hannah, I cannot wait to spend forever discovering new ways to love you. I cannot wait to spend forever calling you my wife. And I love you so much, beautiful girl.
Drew, I will forever be grateful that we met in March 2020. In the spring of 2020, we were at the height of COVID, living in complete lockdown. The only places that were open were grocery stores, gas stations, hospitals, and our beloved coffee trucks. Restaurants were shut down, college bars were closed, and it was so hard for any social interactions to happen candidly. Naturally, to consume my time, I downloaded Tinder. And in March of 2020, I had matched with you, Drew Mendes. At the time, you were stationed in the Coast Guard, and I was tirelessly trying to get through nursing school. Our first date was at my apartment, where we ate pizza, drank wine, and watched Shawshank Redemption. From there, we spent every moment we could together. It was such an amazing way to start a relationship together. We were forced to live and grow in the most mundane way of life. We drank coffee, went on long walks, and fell for each other in each other's stillness. It was such a beautiful and simple way of falling for each other. When life began to normalize, we began to experience exquisite ways of living together. Fancy dinners, date days in Boston, traveling the world. To adventure together is my favorite thing to do, but I always knew that our foundation of our love would hold strong because together we were already able to just live. As my partner, you have shown up for me in every way possible. In my sickness and in my health, in my career, in my heartache, and in my joy. You have been right at my side. You know me better than I know myself, and that is a comfort I am immensely grateful for. You love me and complete me in ways I never knew possible. I've seen life with you, and I've seen life without you. My heart is completely inwoven in yours, and no measure of time could ever be enough to enjoy the light of your love. Drew, from this day forward, I promise to listen to you and to learn from you, to support you and accept your support. I will celebrate your successes and mourn your losses as though they were my own. I will love you and rejoice in your love for all the years of our lives. On my deathbed, I'll not think of death, but of life, and how fortunate I was to live mine at the same time that you lived yours. And when death does choose to take my hand, I will hold you with the other, and I promise to find you in every lifetime.
I love you so much.
Family and friends, we are gathered here today to witness and celebrate one of life's greatest moments, the joining of Hannah and Drew in marriage. We would like to start off by taking a moment to recognize the loved ones who have passed that we wish were here to celebrate with us today. Thank you. For those who I've not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Zach Rimsa. I'm the fiance of Hannah's sister, Allie. I was incredibly honored. It's not about Allie today, guys. I was incredibly honored when Hannah and Drew asked me to officiate this wedding, and frankly, a little bit surprised. But then I found out it's just because Jimmy and Christian are afraid of public speaking, so you're all stuck with me today. I'm just kidding, but I'm incredibly grateful to be a part of such an amazing day. I've known Hannah since elementary school. While we weren't the closest friends then, our mutual childhood best friend, Billy, had a big crush on her in kindergarten. So Hannah has been in my circle for a long time. I started dating Allie in high school, and when you date a twin, it's sort of a package deal. I've grown up with Hannah, from hanging out at Vic on summer nights in high school to UNH homecomings and weekends up at Loon. I've seen Hannah grow from a timid, hesitant young girl to a stunning, confident, purposeful woman you see standing here. Hannah's kindness is what shines the most about her. She finds great pleasure in being a caring friend, and she will do anything and everything she possibly can for the people she loves. So it's been a wonderful thing to see her find someone in Drew that will do the same for her. I met Drew over a long weekend up at Loon in the fall of 2020. I remember driving home with Allie, and we were both very happy that Hannah now had someone we could do double dates with. Over the years, I've gotten to know Drew more. We spent a lot of weekends up at Loon together, but my greatest memory was traveling to Ireland with him and the McCalls. We were staying in Galway, but Drew went out of his way and planned a whole day in Dublin just for our family. The Guinness lover and me just wanted to find a dark bar in Galway City to drink in, but the day in Dublin ended up being one of the best days and memories of the trip. Drew's just that type of guy to go out of his way and do something like that. Honestly, the worst thing about Drew is that he's a Jets fan, but it shows his commitment and loyalty.
Rough childhood.
Still going. But I'm very excited for the family that we are forming and look forward to many more memories that we will make together. Marriage is a promise to love, honor, cherish one another through all the days of your lives. It is the joining of two people, is not only the joining of two people, but the creation of a community. The joining of two families, two histories, and two futures. There will be days you wish you could experience again for the very first time, like watching a great movie for the first time or listening to your favorite song for the very first time. But there will be plenty more days like that in your future. Continue to create memories that you will look back on with an uncontrollable smile when you are old and gray. Hannah and Drew, today you two are choosing each other. You are choosing to walk side by side, hand in hand, through whatever life may bring you. Marriage is not built on grand gestures alone, but also in doing the little things. Listening, laughing together, offering comfort, showing patience, and always remembering that love is a daily choice. I see this in you too. Whether it's Drew blowing the bubbles out of Hannah's sparkling rosé that a server accidentally brought over, or the daily calls and texts, or Hannah never missing a daily call or text to Drew midday to see how his day is going. Continue to be grateful for all the large and small things in life and in marriage. You two are each other's biggest cheerleaders. You both take great pride in your own accomplishments, but I genuinely think that you feel the most pride when you know you've made the other proud. Today, before these witnesses, you stand together to declare your commitment. You are promising to nurture this love, to build a life of respect and trust, to support one another in both joy and in challenge. May your love be a source of strength in times of difficulty and a source of joy in times of celebration. May you never forget the gratitude that you feel in this moment. I challenge you to continue to learn more about each other every day and grow deeper and stronger through the years together. Hannah and Drew, please turn and face the crowd. I don't have to tell you how special it is to have all your people together in one place, and how rare it is for it to be a celebration for you. I want you to take a moment, take a breath. Everyone take a breath. Take it all in. Stand there. Now, I would like to ask family and friends to make a vow to Hannah and Drew. Each and every one of you are here because you have had a positive impact on Hannah and Drew. Will you continue to love and support them through the peaks and valleys of life and marriage? If the answer is a resounding yes, will you please give me a we do on 3? 1, 2, 3. We do. Thank you. You can turn back and face me, or face each other. This is the community that you have grown. And it is such a blessing to have their love and support as you build your lives together. And now, to officially start your lives together, we will exchange rings and vows. Gary, come on up here. Hannah, do you take Drew to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do you part?
I do.
Drew, do you take Hannah to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do you part?
I do.
Ooh, all together. Nice. It is my great honor and joy to now pronounce you husband and wife and introduce for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Mendes. Drew, you may kiss the bride.
How's it going, folks? Yep. Okay. Hello, everybody, and thank you guys so much for coming to this momentous occasion. For those who don't know me, I'm Davis Fingers, co-best man with Gary. Drew and I have known each other since elementary school, and we've always been two peas in a pod growing up together. I mean, the pod was full of fun, poorly planned ideas, but mostly chaos. Though we would often find ourselves in precarious positions, I knew we'd be able to figure it out together, even with Jillian trying to sabotage us along the way. However, I thought it best to share some of these poorly planned ideas that we had together. So Gary, when we were a kid, had a gas-powered golf cart. Drew had a skateboard, and I had a tow rope for water skis. We decided the best idea was to combine all three of these together. And as we would rip around through the marina, we kept going faster and faster, trying to see what we could do. Well, I was on the skateboard one time, and Drew decided to slingshot me. However, towards the dock, towards the water, and towards all the dangerous ideas. Landed right in the middle. The first thing he asked me not was, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Why'd you let go?" However, this is one of the many, but one of the best ones is when we were kids, they would always have us try to dig a hole, and they were telling us that we were digging the China. Mostly it was trying to tucker us out, because the deeper we got, the more tired we got, it just put us to bed. Well, this year we're like, all right, let's create a big bonfire. We have some extra fireworks left over from the 4th of July. So a couple of fireworks did not go off. So we threw them in the ocean to be extra safe and decided, all right, those are probably good. But then we thought, well, we're running out of logs here. What do we do with those extra fireworks? Let's go throw them in the fire. There's one firework that we love in particular called the Saturn missiles. So it was a box of about 1,000 little missiles that shoot out in whichever way direction. Threw that box in there, and we're sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear vip, 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 vip. The next thing I know, me and all our friends, including our fathers, are running away at light speed, trying to dodge all these missiles to look like Neo in the Matrix. To this day, our father still told us never to tell the story, so I'm sorry, guys. Though we did push the capacity of what dumb kids could do, we always said figure it out each other, and I knew I could always trust Drew. And one of the few things that's small, big to me was when we take our boat out, Drew is the only person I trust with the lines, even though he forgot to tell me to take one of the string lines on that time.
Not true.
Yeah. However, when we were out there on the ocean, that is when I saw Drew at his best, and I could always see a smile on his face and a look towards the horizon. And I think that's honestly what led him to serve our country and join the Coast Guard. And Drew served for several years, keeping our shores safe from all sorts of threats. However, it was very lucky that through this Coast Guard, I was able to meet so many fine young gentlemen that you see here today. And now I consider them some of my close friends as well. It's been a truly amazing thing. However, that type of selflessness is something that I've always looked into. And that's the same type of selflessness I also see in Hannah. Hannah's selflessness starts with her job as a school nurse, a job dedicated to helping others in their time of need. I can only imagine the children at the school Hannah works at coming to the nurse's office, knowing they get the best care, walk out with a few laughs, and know they were truly cared for. When we first met Hannah, we had a lot of folks, so let me go back. The Westbrook Group has been a group, Pilot's Point, that we've had together forever, where I've known Drew, where I know a lot of you guys there. This group is pretty loud, very boisterous, and at times can be pretty intimidating. Hannah fit right in right away, and the first weekend was the life of party, where they was kicking some butt in pool, lighting off some of the fireworks, and making a couple jokes at Drew's expense. We knew right then and there that Hannah was something special. She was somebody who was kind to everyone, big, small, loud, even the most quiet of people. Though knowing this group, not many of you guys are very quiet. So during that weekend, we finally knew that Drew had found the one. I know it's cheesy, but love is rare, and I see that true love with you and Hannah, Drew. Thing is, I hope you guys enjoy growing old together as much as I enjoyed growing up with Drew. Hope you guys find the happiness I see in your eyes every day when you guys are with each other. I love you both to the moon and back again, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you guys both. All right, well, everybody, please raise a glass to Hannah and Drew. Thank you.
All right. For those who don't know me, my name is Gary, and I have the honor, and let's be honest, the nerve-wracking privilege of being one of Drew's other co-best men tonight. But growing up with Drew, I knew him by the name of Socks. Maybe I'll share some of those stories later tonight. Now, like Davis, I've known Drew for a long time. Long enough to say I probably shouldn't be standing here with the microphone and probably shouldn't be trusted speaking in front of you all. We've had a lot of adventures together, some legendary, some we agreed to never speak of again, and yet here I am, about to do exactly that. We've been partners in crime, sometimes literally, from skiing to Vermont to waking up in places we didn't recognize like Block Island, to talking our way out of situations we definitely talked ourselves into. I've seen this man at his best and at his, well, sometimes most questionable. But one thing about Drew, whether it was a night partying it up off of Seaside Avenue, celebrating the 4th of July in Pilots Point with our family and friends, taking the golf cart off-roading in the marina, or showing up at his house with beer and also bad ideas. He was always loyal, always had your back, and somehow always managed to walk away with a story worth telling. Then one day, everything changed when he met Hannah. And suddenly, the guy who couldn't commit to a pizza topping was talking about the future. He cleaned up, not just the dishes, but his act. I saw a shift in him. And the thing is, it wasn't that he became someone different. It was that he became more himself. The best version of a guy I've known all these years. Hannah, you are the calm to his chaos, the GPS to his wrong turns, and somehow, miraculously, the love of his life. Thank you for loving him the way he is, but also making him better just by being beside him. And Drew, I'm proud of you, man. We've been through storms, literal and figuratively, and you've come out of it stronger, steadier, and somehow just as ridiculous. So let's raise a glass to friendship that survives everything, to love that changes everything, and to the adventure still ahead. To Drew and Hannah, may you live your life, be full of laughter and loyalty. Cheers.
Like Davis and Gary, I'm not going to embarrass Drew as much. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jillian. I'm Drew's sister, but more importantly, the very proud matron of honor today. I want to start by saying how honored I am to stand up here, not just as Drew's sister, but as the lucky, very new sister-in-law to the beautiful bride, Hannah. I've always wanted a sister. Growing up with Drew I wrote amazing, but it was subpar. But I had to deal with all the gross boy things alone. So when Hannah came into the picture, I thought, finally, a girl, someone I can shop with, and more importantly, someone to help me spend all of our husband's money. From the beginning, I knew she was the one for Drew. There was something different in the way he talked about her and the way he lit up when she was around, and of course, her impeccable fashion sense. When he feels passionately about something, it's all we hear about, just like his deep passion for his Tesla. Drew is thoughtful, loyal, and annoyingly good at remembering random traditions from 1998 that we must uphold. If you so much as try to suggest changing a holiday menu or skipping a weird childhood ritual, it's the end of the world. We tried it last Thanksgiving. We almost didn't have a Thanksgiving. That's what makes him him, though. He loves deeply, holds on to what matters, and pours his whole heart into the people he loves. That's exactly why I know he's going to be an incredible husband, and I know he'll be the most amazing father one day. No pressure. You too, but Eloise really wants a cousin. ASAP. Hannah, I couldn't ask for a better sister-in-law. You're smart, kind, hilarious, and somehow you put up with my brother, and that makes you officially part saint. Let me tell you, we're already off to great sisters. One of my favorite memories together was when Hannah and I accidentally ditched the boys for dinner. We told them we couldn't find the restaurant, so we decided to go hang out at this little wine bar instead. We laughed, we drank, we couldn't get a reception to call them back. And when we finally looked up, the restaurant was literally right there. Everyone all night was like, it's right there. We're like, shh, no, it's not. Sorry, boys. Honestly, that night sums up our friendship. effortless, spontaneous, a little mischievous, and full of laughter. The bond we've already built means the world to me. I know it's the beginning of a lifelong friendship, and I'm grateful we get to be in each other's lives, not just as family, but as true friends. I also can't wait to raise our kids together at the same beach house where Drew and I were raised, making memories just like we did growing up. Matching swimsuits, sandy snacks, late night card games are in your future, so buckle up. Now, before I wrap things up, I want to share some expert marital wisdom. As most of you know, I'm a second grade teacher to 19 wonderful and brutally honest children. So naturally, I asked them to give Drew and Hannah advice for a happy marriage. Here are some of my favorites. Graham said, if you get mad, go to your room and play with Legos until you feel better. Honestly, not bad advice for Hannah. Allie said, always share your french fries, even if you don't want to. And Vivi said, kissing is gross, but you should probably do it anyway, since that's what married people do. So there you go. If you follow these rules, play with Legos, share fries, and kiss, even when it's kind of icky, you'll probably be just fine. So let's raise our glasses to Drew and Hannah, to love, laughter, lifelong traditions, even the weird ones, spontaneous wine nights, and maybe a little less online shopping, or maybe not. I love you both so much. Here's to a lifetime of happiness and a very full playroom. Cheers.
Good evening. Thanks for coming, everybody. First, I just wanted to say thank you for joining us all here today to celebrate the beautiful marriage of Hannah and Drew. I'd also like to say thank you to Mary Beth and John. There you go, right in front of me. Mom and Dad, and everybody else in between who helped plan this stunning day. For those who don't know me, I'm Allie, the proud, very proud twin sister of the beautiful bride. I've had the privilege of knowing Hannah the longest here, since we were in the womb. We were cozied up in there. And today, as I look out at the crowd of our closest family and friends, my heart is filled with so much joy and gratitude, knowing that this day is so special because of all of you. So thank you. I'll never forget the first day that I met Drew. Hannah and Drew, you might remember. I don't know if you remember, but we were in the COVID months, and my college roommate and I had a little drunken tiff, and I was like, I gotta go see Hannah. Like, I'm over this. We were isolated for way too long. Still being smart, though. I woke up very early one morning, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go. Didn't tell Hannah I was coming, and I drove the 2 hours from Keene to Durham and woke Hannah up to many, many phone calls being like, hey, I'm here. Hannah answers the phone finally, and she's like, Allie, the guy I've been talking to, is here with me tonight. Or today, this morning. To which I responded, nice, like, way to go. And so Hannah comes, gets me, we go upstairs. Very first time I met Drew was in Hannah's bed. Yeah. You looked good there, dude. This was like literally not much later than 7 a.m. So we went back to bed and continued our little meet and greet later on in the morning at a more normal time. Yeah, so good times. But seriously, since the beginning, Hannah and Drew, we've known that you've been the one. You compliment Hannah perfectly. You understand her. You appreciate her. You're just as type A as she is. Their house is literally out of a magazine. Our families had the privilege of going on many vacations with Drew, Loon, international vacations too. But there was one point where I knew Drew was really here to stay. It was 5:30 a.m. in Zermatt, Switzerland. The scheduled car to come pick us up, to bring us to the train, so that we could start our 12-plus hour travel day, was arriving in 15 minutes when my mom shared the news with my dad that she had lost her passport, her wallet, her social security card, her credit card, and literally every other document that you ever have. Vaccine card. This was COVID times. Sorry, let me get back to where I was going. Drew, at this moment, witnessed my dad almost on the spot divorce my mother. Hannah, Tim, and I knew it was to come, as my dad has notoriously struggled with anxiety about losing said documents. And so I said to Drew, prepped him really quick, I said, "You're about to see some crazy behavior right now." As my dad proceeded to rip every item out of our 12 pieces of luggage. I'm like shaking thinking about that. The scene literally was from a movie, but Drew, you remained calm. You comforted my mom and helped my dad look for my mom's orange Lulu bag. It's like trauma in my brain. It truly was at that point where I knew that you were going to be the perfect addition to our family. I have no doubt that you remain the constant calm and the constant rock for my sister. Today, we officially welcome you into our special circle of family and friends. We know that together you'll build a life of endless memories and fun. Mary Beth, John, Jillian. Oh, there. Sorry, getting back to it. It's harder to look, guys. Thank you for sharing it with us. It is easy to see where he gets his warmth and strength from. Today, we are so grateful to welcome you into our family, just as grateful as you welcomed Hannah into yours. And yes, we did end up finding my mom's bag when we got home safely. Well, what I wrote was, let me read that part because it's funny. We did end up finding her bag and we were able to laugh about it once my mom's heart rate returned to baseline. Hannah literally was like, "I think mom's having a heart attack." I was like, "She better not be. We have a long day." I think my dad would agree that marrying someone who tends to forget or tends to lose important things is not for the faint of heart. Similarly, growing up as a twin is not for the faint of heart. Let me ask you all this. Have you ever been in a 7-year-long battle with your sister about whose Lululemon is whose? Because it's real, and to this day, they're my gray and black Lululemon. But in all seriousness, being a twin is the greatest blessing of my life. Being a twin means having a friend. Being a twin means learning how to share most of the time. Being a twin means knowing someone better than you know yourself. As most of you know, Hannah and I are pretty different. Hannah's type A. I'm a touch too much of type B. Hannah's a skier. I'm a snowboarder. Hannah's the brains, and I'm smart enough, as I like to put it. While thinking about this speech and what I wanted to talk about, I was thinking a lot about how we are so different. But although we are so different, we're only complete because of each other. I'm sure most of you know the yin and yang symbol. Yin and yang. I'm like, let me show you. The yin and yang symbol is a central Chinese philosophy that describes how two opposites, yet interconnected and interdependent forces are essential for harmony and balance in the universe. The famous symbol shows the two halves are inseparable and contain a dot of the opposite color within each, symbolizing that within one, there's always a trace of the other. We haven't shared a womb in 27 years, a room in 10, and now today, we no longer share a last name. But Hannah, as we send you off to embark on this new marriage with Drew, or this new journey and marriage with Drew, know that you and I will always be connected, and there will always be a trace of you within me. Drew, I'm happy to share the title of Hannah's best friend with you. I know you'll go to extremes that I just won't. Your most notable act, as Zach mentioned, blowing the bubbles out of Hannah's sparkling rosé. That's where I step in and say, "Hannah, drink the drink." Now you get to share your first together, just as she and I did during the first 27 years of our life. You'll share your first house, which is gorgeous, your first child, your first family trip, and all the rest of the good stuff. Drew, I share her knowing you love her just as much as I do. Hannah, I'm so proud of the woman you've become. I'm so proud to stand here as your sister, your twin, your maid of honor, cheering you on as you start this new Jersey. I love you more than words are able to say. Here, this is the cheers part. Raise your glasses. To Hannah and Drew, may your marriage be filled with the same love, chaos, and laughter that comes with being a part of this family. Here's to a lifetime of happiness, balance, and joy. Cheers to the newest Mr. and Mrs. Mendes. That was hard. Love you guys, though. New Jersey. New Jersey. I'm sure I said a lot.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Patrick McCall. I'm the very proud father of the bride Hannah, and now equally proud to call Drew my son-in-law. My wife Laurie. We are so happy to see all of our favorite people gathered here tonight to celebrate the newest Mr. and Mrs. Mendes. Thank you to everyone for being here. It means the world to our families. A special thank you goes to John and Mary Beth, Drew's parents, for their support, generosity, in raising such a kind and steady man who is now part of our family. We are truly grateful. Thanks as well to Nana, Drew's grandmother, Jillian and Matt, Drew's sister and brother-in-law, Eloise, super adorable niece and flower girl, Allie and Zach, Hannah's sister and future brother-in-law, and Hannah's brother, Tim. You've all been such an important part of Hannah and Drew's journey. And we are thrilled to have our families officially joined together. I remember the day, November 13th, 1997, when we went to the obstetrician for the first time, knowing from the home test that Laurie was pregnant, and finding out there was not one, but 2 babies. My budgeted calculations, which I began the minute Laurie peed on that steak and that tested positive, for everything from diapers, preschool, college, and yes, weddings, doubled in my brain. The level of shock from that day has only been replaced by my love and how proud I am of you, Hannah, every day since, for everything you've accomplished in your 27 years. From your hard work as an incredible student, there are a few people here today who may have copied your shared homework assignments. Your years of dancing and running, to your dedication teaching little ones how to ski every Saturday and Sunday in the winter at the ski house, always loudly entering our bedroom at 7 a.m. to access the shared bathroom, wanting to ensure that Mom and Dad knew you were heading to work as we slept in after a raucous time the night before, to ultimately choosing your husband, Drew. You were on the front lines during the height of COVID as you put on personal protection equipment and did heroic work during your clinical placements as a nursing student, to your work as a registered nurse in Newton Wellesley Hospital and now Waltham Public Schools. When you first told us you wanted to be a nurse, we were a little surprised, given your legendary fear of vomiting. The only person who feared it more was your brother, Tim. Allie was the only one who handled it like a champ. But since then, you've conquered every gross and disgusting illness known to man. You've come home and described in great detail things that no parent ever needs to hear. Illnesses like C. diff, infections, the multitudes of putrid bodily function scents we did not know even existed. And now I'm confident you can take on anything. Nursing has made you tough. But the most important decision you made is the decision on who you choose to spend the rest of your life with. From your first date on May 28th, which I thought was accurate, to the first time I met Drew as he helps you move, it's clear you are made for each other. The pandemic, Drew's long trips out to sea in the Coast Guard were initial tests, but the two of you persevered. Drew is like a son to Laurie and I, joining our crazy families on adventures to Switzerland and Ireland, along with holiday and weekend celebrations in Watertown and at Loon Mountain. You withheld judgment, Drew, when I slid down on my ass at the Matterhorn in Zermatt, and wisely stayed back at the castle with your bride and now in-laws in Galloway as Allie and Zach ventured out for just one more at the pub. You spent time skiing with Tim and joined him and his cronies for light nets at the Lucky Dog in Plymouth and the Seaport in Boston. But it is your caring and love you show to my Pantoufle, which was Hannah's nickname when she was a baby for us, that makes my heart full. From filling her Stanley Cup with water on demand, to blowing the bubbles off of her Prosecco, because she hates the combination, to putting your foot down on Hannah spending too much on home decorations. Drew, you are the half that makes Hannah whole. I know you will care for her for the rest of your lives. The first time we met Mary Beth and John was at their beach house in Connecticut. They took us in like long-lost friends, and the conversation flowed like we knew each other for years. They hosted an incredible engagement party at the beach with all of their summer friends who clearly love and adore Drew and Hannah. When Hannah and Drew bought the house in Clinton, Mary Beth and John arrived unpacking boxes, ripping apart and repairing the deck, installing an ill-fitted dishwasher, and greeting and engaging the new neighbors. Laurie and I arrived with our skill set for new home buyers, which was going out to get beer, pizza, and subs. We are so excited for our future together as in-laws and, God willing, grandparents. Now, marriage is about compromise, patience, and laughter, so I'll leave you with a little advice. Laugh as much as possible and don't take life too seriously. We're only here for a short time, and laughter makes the ride so much better. Listen to each other. And here's a tip. Before you start venting, ask, do you want me to listen or do you want me to give advice? Trust me, 95% of the time, they just want you to listen. Hannah and Drew, I love you both so much, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds. Let's all raise a glass to Hannah and Drew and wish them a life filled with love and happiness. Hear, hear.
I'm starting to be open to the idea that you know me too. I like it when you hold me to you. And I like it when you scold me to well, your lips and fingernails are all mine. I promise to take my time giving you devotion. When something's wrong, you can tell me about the whole thing. If you call out to me, I'll swing. Leave the door open for me. I like it when you rock me steady, just like a baby. And if you touch me, I might holler like old man. Baby, play another slow jam, give me some devotion.
Please turn your attention to the entranceway, as it's my pleasure to introduce grandmother of the groom, Rosemary Mendes, with uncle of the groom, Jay. And now, introducing parents of the bride, Patrick and Lori McCall. Parents of the groom, John and Mary Beth Mendes. Junior groomsmen, Morgan and officiant, Zach. And now, bridesmaids and groomsmen, Felicia and Jimmy. Jamie with Christian. Michaela, escorted by Brandon. Leah and Tim. Caitlin with Matt. Catherine, escorted by Dan. Maid of honor, Allie with best man Gary. And matron of honor, Jillian, escorted by best man Davis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce the newlyweds. You know them as Hannah and Drew. Please welcome the new Mr. and Mrs. Mendes. And now, folks, back up just a little bit because Drew and Hannah will now share their first dance as husband and wife.
I call you when I need you and my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wired. You come to me, give me everything I'll ever need. Give me a lifetime of promises in a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. And it can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong, babe. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I have ever met. And I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. You tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. In your heart I see the start of every night and every day. In your eyes I get lost, I get washed away. Oh, just as long as you're here in my arms, I'll be in no better place. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. And I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say, tear us apart. Oh, baby, I would rather be dead. Each time you leave me, I start losing control. I keep walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you, babe, even when I'm alone. So, baby, don't let go. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I have ever met. And I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on
A first dance as husband and wife, and the start of the next chapter in their life together.
Baby, I would rather
Drew and Hannah.
you're simply the best.
And now, folks, before I open the dance floor for the remainder of the evening, there remains a few signature items. First, Hannah will share a special dance with her dad, Patrick.
Gotta hold on easy as I let you go. Gonna tell you how much I love you, though you think you already know. I remember I thought you looked like an angel wrapped in pink, so soft and warm. You've had me wrapped around your finger since the day you were born. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this old world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl. little smile could melt my heart of stone. Now look at you, I've turned around and you've almost grown. Sometimes you're asleep, I whisper I love you in the moonlight at your door. As I walk away, I hear you say, Daddy, love you more. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl. Someday some boy will come and ask me for your hand, but I won't say yes to him unless I know he's the half that makes you whole. He has a poet's soul and the heart of a man's man. I know he'll say that he's in love, but between you and me, he won't be good enough. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl.
A beautiful song for a very special dance. Now this next song is for the groom mother dance. Drew, please escort your mother Mary Beth to the dance floor.
I know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be wasted time. Always stay humble and kind. Oh, the door said please, said thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble.
There is no love like that of a mom for her son. Now, folks, with the parent dance is completed, it's time to turn up the music and turn down the lights because the dance floor is all yours.
My arms got to hold you so my life will be in your keeping, waking, sleeping,